We are going to be installing some handles onto our cabinets, and this is a jig that I'm going to be using in order to do this. It makes life a lot easier, and basically when you buy the handles that you like, the very first thing is to just know the distance between these two holes. And so in my case, that's exactly 3 inches. So on this thing, you can't see it right now, but basically I've moved both these things out to the 1.5 mark, and I've got this thing set around 0, and then I also have this one right here to control how far this thing will fall. So the way you use these is pretty straightforward once you get it dialed in. Basically the tricky part is all the time you'll spend trying to figure out exactly where you want these things to be. So I've already done this on a few of these cabinets, so I already know that part. It's all going to be the same look. And so what you do is you basically open up the door, and then you take your jig like this, and you can flip this thing so it works like this or like this. So we'll be using it that way on this door and this way on this door. And unfortunately, these little stopper plastic bits are too fat, so I can't, do this thing in place. If we had really skinny ones, actually this might work. But if you had really skinny ones, you can do this more often. But right now I've got a bit of a sag in this door. As you can see, I'm going to fix that. But if you can't fit it through these holes, what you'll do is you'll basically just have to hold the door like that. With one hand, you'll be doing this. And then with the other hand, you'll be going in with your screw, and you should be using a bit that is just about the same fatness as the screws that'll hold thread into your handles. So once you find one that works for you, like in my case I've got this guy right here, and as you can see, just barely about the same size, which is good. I'm gonna use this drill bit. We'll punch some holes in this guy and this guy, and then thread on these handles, and we'll see how that looks. Another trick to get yourself oriented if you're trying to match existing handle installations is if you flip the handle to the other side, you can see the screws, and you've got a nice flat surface to work on, because I know these things have a bunch of details in them and stuff. And so with that, what you can do is you can just basically look at this and get this jig aligned, and you basically loosen and tighten all these little thumb screws that they put on it. And so if you look right through there, you can see the center of that screw and center of that screw right there. So that's how I know when I put this on the front, we're basically gonna have handles that look exactly the same as on this drawer as they do on those other ones down there. So we're gonna get to it. And this is what it looks like now that we've got our handles installed. And I still need to work on getting these gaps adjusted. That one's a bit fatter than this side, but for the most part, looking pretty good. And yeah, so that's how you use these jigs. This was about 20 bucks on Amazon, and yeah, works for this project, and I hope this is helpful.